What's up everyone, welcome back to IB Fitness, where we keep it super simple, super straightforward, go Super Saiyan. Today we're going to be talking about how to get the flexibility of a Super Saiyan. First off, I want to describe to you two different types of stretches. Number one is the ballistic stretch. Ballistic stretch, you're using momentum to stretch your body. It's things like this, right? We're using momentum, jerking up and down. Okay, number two, there's the static stretch. The static stretch is basically when we're fully expanding the muscle and holding a static or isometric position. This is how I warm up for static stretching. Number one, we have to have done cardio. It doesn't matter if you had done it earlier in the day, but you have to do daily cardio. This is the only way for your blood vessels to actually start expanding and blood flow to be recruited to the areas that you need to stretch. Number two, the next step is to increase your core body temperature. We can either do this by being in a sauna, in a steam room, or you can just take a hot bath at home. Step number three is stimulating the muscles even further. So we target the muscles that are stiff that we want to address in each static session workout. And then we further stimulate it by using something like the Tim Tam massage gun. For example, this session I want to really focus on my quadricep muscle. If you don't have the Tim Tam, a foam roller is a great alternative available at every gym, and it's also a cheaper alternative for you to keep at home. Now that we're fully warmed up, we can finally start the session. For me, I always held a lot of belly fat ever since I was a kid. I always struggled to move side to side, back and forth. I always felt like something was gonna tear. So I knew I need to address my spinal mobility. These are the steps to achieve good flexibility in all these areas. Train each pose for 5 seconds below failure and gradually decrease a second per week. Start by doing one stretch at a time. Once you get good, then progress to the next stretch respectively. Beginning with spinal flexibility, we start with the cat stretch. After getting good at this, progress to the extended child pose. After this, do the flying fish with legs spread apart like a capital Y. Over time, begin bringing your toes further back towards the floor and catch your ankles. After this, fully rest your toes on the floor and focus on bringing your legs together. After being able to hold this position, you'll be able to do the bridge. Now for quads, start with seated quad stretch with your thighs spread apart wide. Work your way to a narrower position. Then slowly start sitting back more until your back is straight and aligned with your hips. After this, we can start practicing wide stance, ass to grass or ATG squats. Once again, start with a wider stance and start bringing your stance closer into a narrower position. And finally, when you're able to do this, add a little bit of weight. For the groin, start with a seated groin stretch. Bring your heels closer to your groin and push your knees to the ground. The next position is a straddle stretch position. Putting your big toe flat on the ground while fully extending the leg. Next is the inverted single leg frog stretch. And after mastering this, we can finally do the feet to head stretch. Now stretch the hamstrings. Start with the elephant walk. Start with your hands on your knees and start kicking one leg back at a time as if you're walking, and gradually progressing by moving your hands further down your leg until you touch the ground. Then once you can touch the ground, try to keep your legs straight and palm the ground. And finally, you can stand on a slightly elevated platform and continue to palm the ground. This will allow you to have full hamstring mobility. Loose and nice.